Highfield, Massachusetts, Triton Regional High School, home of the Vikings, tonight hosting the Newburyport Clippers, the crosstown rival. I'm Patrick Heffernan, joined by Matt Doring again. And Matt, there are three things we got to talk about tonight.
Yep.
What you've seen from this team over the course of the season, right?
Yep.
What you're expecting from this team going forward, the program going forward.
Yes.
And then, of course, what are we going to see tonight?
Well, the first thing I want to see tonight is I fully expect Newburyport to come out in a 1-2-2 press. And I really want to see how Triton's young guards respond to that.
Guards that you coached, at least one of them. So.
And if they play well, I'll own that. And if they don't, I'll deny it.
Exactly. So Molly Kimball drives the lane. Can't get anywhere. And really nice to see Emily Hoggard out there on the floor, a starter tonight. She's a senior. It's her last game, and credit to the coach for putting her out there, letting her start tonight. I love it.
Yeah, and listen, I've seen her play this year. I've seen her play for a couple of years. When she's out there, she's a solid player. She gets the job done. So I'd love to see it. She's getting the start in her last game at Triton. I fully expect her to play well.
And inside, missed shot by Newburyport. Looked pretty good. Renda with the ball now. And here's a test of your coaching. Gives it up to Molly. I guess that's a test of Steve Barandino's coaching right there.
If this is going to be a me versus Berardino night, it's going to be a long night, Pat.
It probably is. Maeve with the ball up top. Spins, looks for some help. Finally has it from Molly with a handoff. Chance to drive, kicks it out. 7 seconds left on the clock. Somebody's got to shoot. It's going to be Frary. Up and out, but it's going to be Triton ball with only 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and actually, I like Triton coming out in that set. I mean, one of the things we'll talk about over the course of the year is I feel like too often they settle for the outside shot late in the shot clock or too early in the shot clock, and now they're trying to start the game, getting the ball inside off a nice cut. I like to see it.
Now they got to shoot, though, because they've only got 3 seconds. Molly doesn't know if she knows or not. Maeve tries to shoot, blocked, no foul. That girl was open, but they didn't find her, and so here comes Newburyport for their second possession of the night. So this Newburyport team is undefeated, coming in. Chance to take the Cal. I think they already have it, but they might seal it completely for themselves tonight because I think it was Pentucket that they were up against.
Yeah, I think Pentucket has one loss to Newburyport, so they could fit. I think they finish an undefeated season if they win tonight.
Frary up top with it, outside. Decides not to shoot, sends it to Molly. Molly had a few three-pointers the last game. Back to Frary, Hoggard inside. A little bit of confusion there, and that's going to be a walk. So Triton, unafraid of the undefeated team, comes out in the press. I like it.
Yep. Go big or go home, Pat.
We are home. Sorry. It's impossible not to say that.
Then just go big, Pat.
You just walked right into it. So good defense by Renda coming up there. Maeve lets her slip by her, and a second basket now inside for Newburyport. And they put the press on. Got to go to Molly. Back to Maeve, but she was actually out of bounds when it happened, yep. So a little bit of confusion there on the Triton team on offense and on defense. But they have been competitive throughout this whole year. They're really, it's only been a couple games that have been not close. And that was a long three that missed. Good defense by Maeve up there on her. Frary, unafraid to bring it across. I like that about this team. A lot of girls that can dribble that ball across midcourt.
A lot of confidence, too.
Maeve spins, sends it back to Frary. Tries to go inside to Renda. It's not going to get there, and the ball's going to roll out. Going to call Triton ball.
That's a tough pass to make generally, but especially tough against a good athletic team like Newburyport. You want to do a skip pass, you better do it with authority because they're going to do exactly what they did. They're going to get the tip, go the other way.
So Maeve, handoff to Molly. A lot of pressure right there. Maeve takes it herself up against number 3. We have the names and the numbers for Newburyport, but we do not have first names. And I'll be honest, we're not that great at calling out names for the other team.
No.
Not a strong suit for this broadcasting crew. Sorry for anybody from Newburyport who tuned in. Inside. Good inside presence by Newburyport this whole game so far. But Renda with a rebound, and we talked about it before. She's not the tallest player on the court, but she gets a lot of boards.
She does, and she'll fight and she'll scrap.
Molly Kimball settling it down, bringing it across to Reese. Inside to Maeve, right at the top. She can drive, and she decides not to. Kicks it out to Frary. Frary with a shot, looked good. Follows it herself. That's the way you play it.
Yep.
Should go in, and it didn't.
Should have been rewarded for that.
So just in the right spot, it's got to be a charge. Calling it a block.
Maybe got over a second too late. Triton's got to do a better job of getting back because we're only 4 minutes into this game, and I think that they had a 4-on-1 where it was almost even strength where the turnover occurred down here.
Right. And it's only been points in the paint so far for Newburyport. They seem to be content not to shoot from the outside the same way that Triton really hasn't been.
That's right. Well, it looks like I don't have the stats, but they've got some length out there.
Yeah. And I mean, they're undefeated in the Cal. I mean, this team seems. Although, so the other thing about it, undefeated this season is so weird because they didn't get to play teams twice.
Yep.
And it's always a different game the second time. It's never the same game. So there hasn't been that chance to learn a bit from the first game and play a team home and away.
Yep.
They haven't had to play outside of the conference. So I'm not taking anything away from Newburyport. Undefeated season is fantastic.
Absolutely not. And to your point, yeah. I mean, but they play well. I mean, we're not expecting that if they ran a 20-game season, they would go 20-0 or may or may not go 20-0. But they're athletic. They're well coached. They've been together for a couple of years.
Right.
And I'm not sure they've even been challenged. I'm not sure what their closest game has been today.
I think they beat Pawtucket by 4 or something like that.
Okay,
so.
well, that's challenged.
Kiriakopoulos in the game now for Hoggard, and Isabel, I think, in the game as well for Reese.
Yep.
Maeve and Molly stay out there along with Frary, and there's a foul, 1-on-1. First foul of the game by Newburyport. So here they see if Caitlin gets a little more into this because she's going to need some help, Molly, to make sure. Yep, she does. Get that ball across with that pressure. Number one is just sticking right on top of Molly no matter what.
It'll be the test. I mean, because Isabella shot phenomenally at Ipswich. She's a very good shooter. I don't think she's got the same ball handling skills that Reese did. So this substitution is for offense, and we're going to have to bring someone else like Caitlin like we did for the press break.
Right. So Molly that time puts herself in the right spot to force the girl to travel. Again, not a charge. Molly's going to get a little tired of falling on the ground after a little bit. Good pass up to Caitlin. Caitlin looks inside to Livy. Livy can't quite get a handle on it, but should still be Triton ball, and it is. I do miss the inbounds plays from under the basket, you know?
I do too, and I was thinking about this even with the JV game is, you can't take the ball out of bounds on underneath the basket you're shooting on, but you can take it out underneath the basket after a made shot on the basket you're defending. I'm not sure what the COVID analysis is there in terms of player congregation.
I've been content through this entire soccer season and the entire basketball season not to attempt any COVID analysis because it's just not going to get me anywhere.
Fair enough.
Ball comes into 3. Outside, looks inside. Livy with good defense, and it works out great. Maeve with a big, strong rebound.
Yeah, good defense. Pushed her to the baseline low and couldn't get the shot angle she wanted.
And that is Caitlin Ferry's shot all day. Can't quite get it to go. And Triton so far not on the board, but they've had some decent looks. And a great hustle by Olivia Kiriakopoulos.
Good recovery.
And Riley Bell coming in the game now, taking out Caitlin Ferry.
Riley Bell is someone that you talk about how the team's progressed over the course of the year. Someone that has, from the games that I've seen, has improved game over game. And again, that's what you want to see, especially with the shortened season. You're looking for player development as much as anything. And
I think to some, in and out on the 3. Kiriakopoulos takes a shot. No foul called, so they're only going to give her 2. I think part of that is credit to this coach who is confident enough to put in girls, plenty of time. Like, Maeve almost gets a turnover. Instead, it's going to be just a scramble on the ground. Not sure what's happening there. They finally call a jump ball? Yeah. Maeve's got to move a little quicker with that across half court. But, the coach does a pretty solid rotation. So, Riley Bell has had a lot of varsity minutes this year. That's why she's gotten better, I think, over the course of the season.
Yeah, and the coach has done that as well because, he came in, it's his first year coaching. There was no off season, there was no fall ball, there was no summer ball to speak of. He didn't know what his pieces fit together and how they worked. So to his credit, he's gone fairly deep as a rotation, in part, I think, to work that out.
Molly picks up a dribble a little early. Maeve has her dribble. Number 3's been pretty good against her. Maeve's going to use that left hand, though. Confident enough, brings it across. Tries to drive and spin. She's got to find somebody. Going to look for Olivia probably inside. Get some offense going from her. Molly with a solid drive.
Yep.
And Olivia Kiriakopoulos inside. No calling. They're not calling anything inside so far. So fair enough. They're not calling it either way. Here comes number 3 again for Newburyport.
Do we have names? We don't, right?
We do. That's McElhaney.
Yeah, she's just watching her play. She's fundamentally just solid.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch the footwork, you watch the positioning, where she is on the ball, off the ball. She's clearly been well coached for a long time.
But it's funny. She read the same scouting report on Maeve that the last team did, where they play her so far off to her right side. It's like I don't know. I feel like it's disrespectful to Steve Barandino. I know I said that last week too, but
well, if we want to start being disrespectful to Steve Barandino, I'm here for it. Pat.
We'll start now at 10-0. And I was so my sister and her wife are watching this in Minnesota, along with Grandma Ruth, who was a fantastic fan of our kids. But my sister noted that I never say Maeve's last name during this broadcast, which
but that makes sense,
kind of
right?
funny. It does make sense. It'd be a little weird if I did. So
I'll start saying it.
I'll try to avoid it. I do say Molly Kimball like I'm saying the guy from Peaky Blinders. So I gotta watch my Molly Kimballs as well. Olivia Kiriakopoulos fouled underneath. Yeah. There we go. Maeve and Molly trying to figure it out here. Second or third foul, and Paige Levitt going to come in the game for Riley. Coach was talking to me before the game a bit about Paige, and just saying how much he's been impressed by how much she has improved over the course of this year. An enormous confidence in her shot, and it's just a matter of practice until that shot gets better. But her ball handling skills, her defense has always been fantastic. But yeah, she's a better player than she was at the beginning of the year, which is great.
And that's part of the high school game, right? Is because people develop their game, their skills at different points in time, and part of the that's a great take.
That was a good take, all the way up and in. 13-0 now for Newburyport.
Part of what you want to see year over year is who takes that next step, who takes that leap. You know, for me, watching this team, the player that really made the leap from last year to this year is Liv.
Yeah.
She clearly put in work. I mean, she was good before, but her post moves down low, use to the left hand. I think she is a lefty. She's really taken that step, and I'll be curious from 2021 to 2022 what type of players will also take that step.
Maeve tosses up a 3, doesn't go. Isabel with the rebound, throws it up, doesn't go. That one's going to go out, and it's going to be Newburyport ball. So Maeve and Molly looking frustrated. Also haven't come off. They've been on the court the whole the whole first quarter. Triton back into its man-to-man. Newburyport not with a lot of substitutions either.
No.
24 inside.
It's a good
Maeve's
steal.
got to come up with it. Finds a teammate.
They have numbers in transition.
And they've got Paige all the way down there. Paige is going to do a little ball fake and go. Kicks it back out to Maeve. She wants to work it into Liv. Liv can't quite get herself open right now. 25 is playing a solid defensive game against Liv. There we go.
That's a good take.
Should be going to the line. So 25, Fady on Newburyport. It's playing really well against Liv in terms of her defense.
But again, we seem to have shifted priority, trying to push into the paint, trying to get it more to the basket. I like to see it. I mean, fine, we're down 13-0. It's about getting better, and that's one way we get better.
I would like to see Maeve with another 3. That one, looked good.
It's a great shot by Maeve.
Liv Kiriakopoulos gets us on the board with, I heard that.
Fabulous.
With just less than a minute left to go in this game, in this quarter.
Good D.
That's going to roll out. Excellent, solid defense by Triton. 13 seconds. Out to Paige. Paige is going to drive it across. She's got plenty of time. Kicks it to Molly. Molly still has time. Sets up for the 3. Good look, and it drops. It's Molly Kimball. That's what she does. It's fantastic.
So Triton comes away with the last 5 points of the quarter.
They're on a 5-0 run right now. So in the last minute, it's been 5-0 Triton. It's great. It's fantastic.
It is great. And actually, one of the things, because I pointed out earlier, is something that we didn't do once, but our transition defense has been solid.
Yeah.
Newburyport's been scoring out of their half-court offense for the most part.
Right.
And that's one win for us in the check column. You take away one facet of their game when you have an athletic team like Newburyport, break it down, make them reset to the half-court set for offense. That's one step in the right direction.
Yep. Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, it's a long game. It's a long season. This is the last of it. I think we've seen this team lose a couple tight games, lose a couple games that they had a lead in, and coming into tonight again, talking to the coach before the game, he just wants to see this team come out and compete. You know, no matter what the score is, come out, play hard, play your game. That's all you can ask. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's all you can ask.
Yeah, and they've done that. And I think we talked in an earlier broadcast, and at least the way that I see it in terms of a team season is there's the teams that you should beat. There's the teams that, are clearly operating at a better level than you are at any point in time. And then there's the teams in the middle where, okay, that's how you gauge how much you progress.
Right.
Newburyport, cream of the crop in the Cal this year. To play them as tough as we played them, putting the scoreboard aside, this is a good start for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and if this game continues like this and they hold them to under 50 points, it's solid for this particular matchup. So I don't think Newburyport's made any subs. Triton sticking with the same 5 that was out there, and she's got to get herself open and shoot because she had a really great game against Ipswich the other night. Maeve looking to do something, turns it over. Number 3 is playing Maeve pretty tight. I will say that she's had a good game so far. Molly Kimball, Euro step. No call underneath, despite the
foul on the report.
Pretty hard foul by Maeve coming in there, but gets away with it, and that's okay. Reese coming into the game now. Maeve gonna have a seat. Her Nana and Grandpa watching this game. The Hodge, Uncle Eric, and Tara watching this game on Tara. And, of course, the Pirates of Waverly Place. I don't know if you know who they are.
Pirates of Waverly Place.
They're watching this game as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's very exciting. Seton Hall. We talked about Seton Hall last time.
Absolutely.
Yep. So Molly throws up a shot. Doesn't look so great. 3 comes away with it. They got to play some transition defense you were just talking about, and they do.
Seton Hall is one of the best mascots in the old Big East.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen. Liv Kiriakopoulos, great defense. Yep. And underneath it's going to be a foul, I think, on Molly, but just to deny that first shot was fantastic.
Great positioning. When she went up, she went straight up, arms up. Good to see.
Yeah, I think her game from last year to this year is a huge jump. And Reese coming out here as a freshman is pretty fantastic, too. And it's Isabel, number 22, Isabel Basile, right?
Isabel Basile, yeah.
Yep. Again, who had a great night the other night against Ipswich, getting some quality minutes here again.
She did. She's a very good shooter. I'd like to see, it would be great even to see some design plays to get her open to catch and shoot space.
Yeah.
She's a freshman. Learning to shoot off the dribble is definitely a learned skill. And she can do it, but I think her strength is really, more of a catch and shoot.
Yeah, that's what we saw the other night. When she was open and she'd get the pass like there, she would put it up, and that's a great shot by Paige Levitt. Yeah. Got to get back on defense.
Oh,
yeah, that's gonna
came
be
down
fun.
hard on her elbow. She's okay, Mrs. Levitt. She's good.
Everybody backs up, and Newburyport's going to shoot again. 5th foul of the night for Triton.
But, I like that foul, right? It's a hard foul. It's not a dirty foul.
Nope.
Make them earn their shots in the line because it would have been a breakaway anyway to begin with.
Right.
It's a good, smart play.
The thing is, you see that kind of play in college, and oftentimes the defender will sort of run under and just sort of run out, not out of the way, but just like be there and force the player with the ball to make a move and go up with it. You see that less, I think, in high school, in part because there's so many fewer possessions. And they just don't, there's going to be, 9, 10 more breakaways like that? So make them all work. And that's why you hate that COVID rule, don't you?
So much.
So the offense outnumbered on the defense on the line.
I don't get the benefit of it.
And as a result, Newburyport comes up with an offensive rebound. 16-5 now, an 11-point lead. Caitlin Ferry back in the game for Triton, along with Reese, Olivia, Molly, and Paige. Molly has not come out. She takes a 3. That one doesn't go. Long rebound. Needs some pressure on her. Good steal by Molly in the right spot. Getting back on defense like you were saying earlier. It's going to be important this whole game.
And a rare mistake for a 3.
Yeah. Livy trying to back her way down. She does, but kicks it out to Molly for a 3. Looked a little bit blocked. That's got to be Triton ball.
It was a little bit blocked, but again, developing the inside-outside game, it's going kind of open up more shooting opportunities, clean looks.
Triton now in the full court, man-to-man press. Page can't quite get in the right position. Number 10 spins around her. Ooh, not a high percentage shot by Newburyport.
No, it wasn't, but credit to Paige, because in some of the games that we've seen earlier, the weak side rebounding has been a source of things to work on for Triton.
Yeah.
And she got there, she got in the right spot, because there was 2 Newburyport offensive players ready to pounce.
Caitlin Frary can't quite come up with the pass cleanly. He's going to have to kick it out to Paige. Paige is going to shoot. Ball's up and long. Number 3 with it. Sends it ahead to number 1. A lot of presence inside for Newburyport, but she decides not to go there. Goes now to number 24, puts it up, won't go in. A lot happening under the basket. And number 1 for Newburyport, Doucette, going to get to go to the line for an and 1. So Newburyport now with the 11-point lead. I think their largest lead in this game has been 13.
Yeah. I think that they were up 13 nothing, I believe. Came back up to 13 again.
Riley Bell back in. Molly Kimball getting her first break of the night. Played, 11 solid minutes of basketball?
Absolutely. Well, you don't have to say solid. Just say the number of minutes for Molly Kimball, and it's always solid.
Molly Kimball. And a 3, so on the board tonight as well.
I mean, you want to talk about players that you can build teams around. Molly Kimball's just one of those players. Not just because of her ability, but just because of her attitude.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just focused, serious, great team player, demands a lot of herself, demands a lot of her teammates, but does it in a way that's not exclusive, but really just brings everybody under the tent.
I think the demands a lot of herself is the kind of thing that is, you see it again and again. It's Riley Bell with a good outside 3, doesn't drop. That's the kind of thing you want from a program, is players that demand a lot from themselves. Inside to number 12, Riley on the defense. Good positioning by Liv, but the girl
move.
had a step.
Yeah, I mean, that was good defense, but that's a high-end move.
Coach takes a timeout.
So just a quick story about Molly Kimball.
Yeah.
Because I've been a fan of hers for years, just her game. And it started when I actually covered a practice for you and Steve back in 7th or 8th grade. And I spent about the entire practice just trying to make Molly crack up. But again, to her credit, she brings such a level of almost professionalism to every game and every practice.
Right.
She won the battle.
Yeah, I bet she did.
Yeah.
I remember there was a game where she was trying to think of where I don't remember who we were playing, what year it was, or anything like that. But it was a Molly Kimball kind of moment in the first half where she took a charge, but it wasn't called, or she got hacked, and it's probably the other way, probably the other end. She goes up for a layup, gets hacked, no call foul. She's coming back down the court, tears streaming down her face because she's so upset with herself because she didn't make the basket, and the referee, and I'm sitting at the table, because I had to do the book or whatever that game, and the referee says to me, because he knows I'm one of the coaches, you need to take her out. I'm like, oh no, she's fine. Yeah. She's fine. That's it's Molly Kimball. You're gonna see, and of course she then comes down the other end, makes a steal, goes the other way, and makes the basket.
Fantastic.
It's that's her game. So, and we'll see a little of that tonight, I hope, because 21-5, biggest lead of the night now for Newburyport. They're keeping the press on here with I can't do the math, but I think it's a 16-point lead. Out to Reese. Reese has got space in the middle of the floor, up against number 3. It's going to come out to Riley. Riley with a chance to shoot, and does. A little bit strong. Can't get the rebound underneath. Here comes number 1 with it. Outlet all the way down. Good defense by Reese.
Yep, good position by Reese.
And there's a girl wide open underneath, but instead it's a shot. I think she probably regretted it as soon as she took it. A lot of pressure underneath by Triton. Good stuff. Can't come up with the rebound, though. It's another offensive rebound for Newburyport that goes for Triton, or that goes for a basket. Sorry.
Yeah, they're getting a position on every offensive shot that they put up.
Ends up giving Reese her dribble back. Riley Bell driving, finds Caitlin Frary. Caitlin takes a shot, and that's, I was going to say that drops because it looked good coming off her hand. Instead, it's Newburyport coming the other way with an 18-point lead.
That's a great look
drive
by
to the
3.
basket. Yep. You're right. She's got the most fundamental game out there right now.
Fundamental, but also just seeing the floor. I mean, she almost threw that girl open with the pass. I mean, it was just really well done.
20-point lead now with under 4 minutes to play here in the first half, second quarter. Reese picks up her dribble, gets in a little bit of trouble. Timeout by the coach. Gets her out of trouble.
One of the things that's impressive about Newburyport, too, is the variety of different presses that they've employed successfully. When they start out in the 1-2-2, which we talked about at the beginning, but they've also gone full court man. They've gone full across. I mean, it's the variety that they've been able to execute on.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a 20-point lead. They're also getting ready for the Cal tournament at this point in time as well.
Yeah.
So Coach Crutchfield wants them to be playing at the top of their game heading into that tournament, I'm sure.
So one thing I learned, speaking of the coaches for Newburyport, one thing I found out was the guy down there in white. I'm not sure. Is that who you were talking to or the head coach?
No, the head coach.
Yep.
Coach Crutchfield.
So the guy in white is actually just volunteering. He was our coach's JV coach at St. John's Prep back in the day.
Really?
So there's a little bit of connection there. And our JV coach and the assistant coach, this is his first year coaching out of college. Just graduated from college and was brought in by our coach, who, by the way, his wife and kid are watching at home, Kelly and Henry thinks that his dad is a TV star because he's on TV, and he's right. Right? I mean,
absolutely.
Come on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's interesting you say it, too, because her assistant coach actually was the assistant coach for Dan Letarte.
Oh, really? Okay.
Who you and I both know very well.
Oh, yeah. No offense, he knows more about basketball than you do, but right.
He knows more about basketball than the combined intellect of everyone in this building.
Yeah.
But Coach Crutchfield, I think she coached at some degree at the Prep as well. She may have had their high level middle school team, but she was a good player herself at Holy Cross.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, yeah. So D1 basketball player, nice.
Yeah.
Inside to Liv. Liv's going to turn, going to find Emma Campbell, who's in the game. Takes a shot, doesn't go, and there we go. There's Emily Hoggart, the senior, getting a basket. I love it. I love it. I love it. She's going the line.
I really like this lineup right now for Triton, because Newburyport has been killing us underneath with their length. So what does the coach do? He goes to 3 of our taller girls to put pressure underneath, and then 2 shooters outside with Isabel and Molly.
Yeah, this is a good lineup right here.
Great play.
And there she goes. She knocks it down. Good for her. Gets to start the game and gets herself on the board. And again, Newburyport, not a lot of subs. I'm sure that people watching at home are like, yeah, you missed 3 or 4 subs already, but looks like just roughly the same team. Number 3 definitely still out there.
Great pass.
Inside, underneath. Great play. Great play by 25 to get herself in the right position. And here comes Triton. Gets help. Molly gets help from Isabel. Isabel drives it down. Nice little screen by Emily Hoggart. Sets herself up outside. Inside to Livy. Doesn't quite go. Scramble for the ball. Again, they're fighting for it all the way down the court. That's going to drop.
Newburyport scored, but Emily didn't give up on that play, not once.
Yeah.
And it was great to see.
21-point lead now, and the coach for Newburyport calling a full court press here. 2 minutes to go in the half. So this is where Emma, in my mind, Emma and Olivia need to come down and give some help. Out to Hoggart. She gets it. Here comes Molly with the ball. "20 seconds of the shot clock. Plenty of time. Work it inside. Livy can't quite handle the pass. Come the other way from Newburyport. Quick drive. They go inside to 25 again. This time she misses a short stop, but there's another offensive rebound for Newburyport. And another conversion off of the rebound. And Newburyport with a big lead, denying the inbound pass, and it's going to force it. Nope, Molly's going to grab it. Good for her. Back to Isabel. Plenty of time on the shot clock. No need to rush this. 1.5 minutes to go. Isabel takes it down. Shot won't go. Newburyport with the rebound. A little miscommunication there, but they come up with it. Good move inside. Won't go. Newburyport content to swing it around. I think Emily might have got a little piece of that, but it still goes in for number 2. And again, Newburyport playing really tough defense while they're up by, I can't even do the math.
I I don't think they know how to play a different way. And listen, I'm a Viking fan through and through, but give credit to Newburyport. This is one of the best coach teams that I've seen. I expect nothing less. I mean, Coach Crutchfield, she won 2 state titles at Wakefield.
Yeah.
Her father, I believe, was a long time, legendary high school coach. It runs in her blood.
Yeah.
And this team, they're unselfish. They're playing athletic.
Mm-hmm.
It's really well done.
Ends up being a pass to Livy. He's going to take it inside, go up with it. Good shot. Emma's
shot.
not quite in the right spot for the rebound. Instead, Newburyport comes away with it with under a minute to play here. Maeve playing defense. Ball's going to get swung all the way over to number 2. Good defense. It's not going to go. Number 12 comes in, but you can't get it. Page with the rebound. Don't call that travel. I hate that. 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 It is not traveling. Just because she's sitting on the ground and she has the ball in her hand, it's not traveling.
I love how angry she is at that call, too.
She's channeling my anger up here. I hate that so much. Just because a player is sitting on the ground and has the ball in their hand doesn't mean they're traveling. They have to actually move and do something with it. Good defense by Triton.
Good. Push them
Maeve
outside.
gets the rebound. Under 30 seconds to play now. Shot clock is off. Maeve's going to drive. She can't quite get inside, but finds Livy for a good shot.
Yep.
It goes up, doesn't go in. And they got to get back fast. 10 seconds to play now. Isabel, number 2, in the right position. Good play by Emma Campbell to make that defensive stop there. Craziness underneath. No call by the refs, just kind of letting it go. Shot goes up, and that's it.
All right. So we got 33-8.
So Triton outscored 20-3 in the second quarter, and we'll see what they come out with in the second half. I'd be surprised if Newburyport doesn't go to the bench soon, though. I mean, I know you're saying they're really, they only know how to play at one speed, but I'd be surprised if the coach doesn't say, look, let's give our girls a little bit of a rest. We are going into a tournament. Probably the right time to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's right. I think you. Or you change what you work on.
Mm-hmm.
But heading into the tournament, I mean, this is an excellent team. This is a team that probably would have been looking to a state tournament in a normal year. So you're going to be fired up for whatever the Cal tournament looks like. I don't know if it's like 4 from the Kinney and
4 from the Kinney, 4 from the Baker, and I think there's 11 teams that are still playing. I mean, there's 11 teams in the league, but only 10 are still playing because Georgetown's season ended early for him.
Yep.
So Triton, unfortunately, in the bottom of one of those 2. I think the Kinney. I can't remember which.
I think when I looked at the standings, I think that's right. We were team 5.
So Triton, unfortunately, not going to get any postseason play. So this is it. They got one half of basketball left to play. And again, if we're starting to look ahead to what the program's going to look like going forward, there's a lot of quality minutes on the floor from a lot of underclassmen. Emily Hoggart, good for her. She's on the board, and she started the game tonight. She's a lone senior that'll be graduating. And then they'll bring back two starters, two-year varsity starters in Maeve and Molly.
Yep.
And then Reese just getting a ton of varsity starting minutes, which I think is really important, and Olivia as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of talent. Both at the JV level this year as well as the 8th graders, because I do have some insight into that team. And so really the next couple of years for Triton should be good years in terms of, people, players that are well coached, that know what they're doing, putting the pieces together. I'm not sure we have a lot of length, which I blame the parents.
Well, not you and me. We're doing the best we can.
Too many short parents in the 3 towns.
Right.
But some fundamental people. And the 8th grade team is coached by Tim Perry, who is really just an outstanding youth coach as well. So they'll come into the high school ready to play.
It's good. And, a lot of teams can look at the scores from this year and just sort of discount them because it's been such a strange year. And I think a lot of teams are going to come in next year and be surprised by how hard it is to play in this building and how hard it is when Triton comes on the road. Knock on wood, we're all out on the road next year too. So our starters for the second half are the usual starters that they have been for the course of this season, with Renda and Molly Kimball, Olivia Karakopoulos, Caitlin Frary, and Maeve.
And Newburyport has gone to their bench.
And they have, you're right. I don't see number 3 on the court now.
No.
Yeah. That's good. Honestly, I like to see that. I don't mean this in a bad way, but there have been teams this season that have kept their Molly chance for a 3, and it drops. Molly Kimball. Yep. I love it.
It's pretty deep, too.
Yeah.
That was a college depth three-point shot.
Good hard work by Triton here on this. Coming out. I like it.
Yeah, no, and listen, I mean, it's good. Newburyport gets their second unit, gets some quality minutes as well. I think my only point earlier was it wasn't. There are times where I don't look at it as poor sportsmanship if there's a purpose behind leaving it out. And and this is varsity.
True.
You know what? You show up.
It's true.
You better be ready to play.
It's true, but thinking it through from the Newburyport coach's perspective, she's putting her second team out against Triton's top team. So this second team for Newburyport is getting really quality.
Absolutely.
Varsity minutes here. Unfortunately, it's a turnover. Livy can't quite catch up to the pass. Now I was referring to that Amesbury game where they were up by, I want to say 25, late in the second half, and not only were they still the same starters that started the game, they were still shooting threes.
Well, and don't forget as well, the Amesbury coach was the Newburyport coach.
True.
And I like the Newburyport coach now.
I'm glad this is live TV. All right, so Triton playing some solid defense so far. Goes inside to 44, decides to kick it back out. Triton in this zone, this 2-3 kind of chaos zone that's worked out pretty well for them. Solid inside. They finally make the right pass underneath, and it's not going to go. May's getting a call for the foul on number 24.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't really blame Maeve too much because she was boxing out her player and saw that the opportunity was, and she just had to come over quick and make a play.
Right.
It was a good foul.
Yeah, kept her from scoring, so good hard foul. She's got plenty to give.
Tough for Maeve Heffernan to guard two people at once.
24, call out her name since her parents might be watching. Gillingham, number 24 for Newburyport, hits her first. Triton got to get ready for pressure. Hits her second. Good for her. Free throws have been hard to get.
Sub coming in. I should point out that I did get a text at halftime from Coach Borodino claiming harassment. So we'll issue the on-air apology off the air.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Good pass out to Maeve. Maeve's going to shoot. A little bit long. Livy with the rebound. Looks inside, not there. Is going to do something herself. Kicks it out to Reese. Reese with a shot, little runner, and it's going to drop. Good for Reese.
That was good decision-making by Liv as well. Rather than force one, dribble herself out, cleared it, got it out.
And a miscommunication somewhere on Triton for that one to be that wide open, for that girl to be that wide open. And here they come down the other way for Triton. Good pressure by number 4 on Newburyport. Reese picks up her dribble, has to get it to Caitlin. Caitlin looking for some help, gets a little bit of a pick, just enough room to shoot. She puts it up, tries to use the bank, doesn't go. They're coming the other way fast. So Newburyport definitely on a run and gun kind of play here. Good drive, good interception by Maeve. She's got Molly, doesn't see her, doesn't go to her, that's all right. They got to take their time and make some good shots here.
Yep, good decision.
Molly up top. She's got Caitlin if she needs her and gets her. Tries to go inside to Livy. Livy now way outside with it. Looks inside to Reese. Good look by Livy.
Good idea, very good idea.
Kicks it out to Maeve. Maeve with the ball fake and up and that, and she's fouled. Going the line. Good for Maeve.
That was a great look by Olivia because Reese was cutting. Reese actually, I think, checked up a little bit, or that would have been a basket. Okay, Maeve Heffernan on the line.
Maeve at the line, get herself on the board.
There it is.
She does. She has, over the years, been really solid on pressure free throws, so I'll give her credit for that.
She's got Isabella Basil coming in for Caitlin Frary.
Good lineup out there right now. Let's see how they do. Maeve drops in her second.
Yep. 2 for 2.
And they keep this full court pressure on.
Yeah, that's.
Number 1's going to take it down. Maeve tries to make a trap. She's getting a call for the foul, I think, yeah.
Triton's got to be very, very careful with that full court man-to-man because Newburyport's already gone over the top on the once for a long one.
some discussion about that call between our coach and the ref here tonight. I thought it was a pretty good call. I mean, it wasn't, there was plenty of contact. Sticking in the man-to-man this time. They've come out of the zone now. Little pick for number 2. Number 2 tries to go inside. She's got Liv all over her. 14 with the little short shot. It's not going to go. It's going to come up short. And here comes Reese fast as she can. She's got Isabel in the wing. Goes to her.
Great look.
Great look.
Great look.
Best part about that look, honestly, is she didn't look. Like, she just had that ball going, and she was,
Yeah.
and then she made that pass at the last sort of possible second. Unfortunately, Isabel, I think, might have been surprised by it. Good defense, staying up on her.
Reese has excellent vision in transition.
That's going to drop down. They had 44 inside. They still do. Molly's right there. Triton can't quite recover in time, and number 1, Doucette, gets another basket. Here comes Triton again. Uses a little bit of a pick, tries to bring it inside to Maeve. Instead, Livy's going to come up with it. Can at least be a jump ball.
We got Leah Hathaway coming to the game. Another good shooter coming in for Reese.
We've seen almost everybody in this game so far, which is great. I think Lisinski is the only one that hasn't made it in yet. Hopefully we'll get to see her by the end of the night.
That's right.
Molly to Maeve. Looking inside for Livy. And there's a foul on 32, by Newburyport. Metzger, one of the 2 Metzgers that's out there for Newburyport.
We have twins or sisters?
I don't know if they're twins or sisters or just happen to have the same last name. Who knows? It's a weird season. We didn't get the rosters like we usually do. Isabel with a good turn and shoot. Number 3 back in the game for Newburyport. Good little move right around Molly. Somehow they're going to call a foul. I'm not sure if it's on 1. No, it's going to be on Maeve. That's got to be her 3rd.
Yeah.
At this point, I think she's probably just going to stay out there until she fouls out because it's at least her 3rd. Again, for the last time of the season, but I'll say it again. I do miss Eric Gundam up here. Eric Gundam, our stats guy, got the season off. Hopefully he'll be back for softball, if we can do softball. Or football. Football's coming soon, too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not calling a game in 20-degree weather. And
No.
Bob Lathrop shaking his head. No, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I'm with you. It's got to warm up a little bit before I'm out there calling a game. Maeve gets the board. Looks up. He's got Riley Bell. Holds it up instead. Number 3 on her, Isabel. Chance to drive, kicks it out. And there's Hathaway with a shot. And Liv with a great rebound, but a block by number 32 from Newburyport. So I think one thing that's going to be different next year is I think Olivia is going to be stronger to the basket with that. When she gets it, she's just going to take her time, make a strong move, and get it up there. And that one's going to drop Maeve with another board. She's got her head up, just looking down.
I think that's right, and I think that the part of the progression for Liv is also getting more comfortable with the right as well.
Yeah.
But I fully expect her to come out next year and really be one of the leaders of this team.
Yeah, no doubt. She'll be a sophomore, or no, a junior, right? Yeah. Yep. Maeve on number 3. Number 3 taps it out of bounds.
So we got the starting unit back out here from Newburyport. A little.
Maeve finds Riley Bell. Somebody's got to shoot. Almost no time on the clock. She knows it. Throws it up. Oh, not a bad shot.
On point.
And then it's going to be out of bounds on Newburyport, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Triton's going to get
it.
Fresh shot clock for Triton. Gotta like it. So Molly Kimball getting a good long rest here. Hopefully we'll see her again before the game ends. Riley up top. Maeve swinging to the right. She's going to get it. She's going to look inside for Livy. It's not quite there. They're fronting her pretty well. Maeve keeps it in and bounces it off the girl's foot. Smart move. Why not?
Retains possession.
So Riley Bell Hathaway, Lisinski, or no, Isabel Basile, and Olivia Karakopoulos out there right now. Inside to Isabel, turns and shoots. I like the way she turns and shoots at that spot. They're going to give that to you.
We've got Sophie Lisinski coming in.
There we go. I kept saying her name so the coach could hear me and bring her in, you know?
Well, I can't. So I was privileged enough to coach Sophie for the last 3 years now. She's one of the best on-ball defenders that I saw at the youth level. When we would have games, it was often find the best player, and it was like our defense was Sophie, go get her.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing her get some quality minutes tonight.
And right there, she's in the right spot to force a bad shot. Underneath, another missed shot by Newburyport, and that one's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Triton ball. So then they've got two sort of top-notch defenders then coming back next year in Paige Levitt and Sophie Lisinski. So I mean that's gonna be a good weapon to be able to use. And with a coach that's not afraid to substitute, offense, defense, whatever it takes. Oh, that's a carry, unfortunately. Minute and a half to play now in this third quarter. 15-40, the Newburyport lead. Triton's still coming out and playing hard, though. Gotta like that at least. Definitely not any kind of give up.
Nope.
Maeve recovering to make sure she can play defense against 24 after she got a pick set on her. Good solid defense. Ball's not going to drop.
Oh, good hustle.
But another offensive rebound by
Isabella comes up with it.
Yeah. Newburyport, another offensive rebound. Can't convert this time. Triton with a chance to make something happen. Kicks it out to Maeve. Maeve's going to take the three.
We'll take it.
Oh, up and over the top. She had a three the other night against Ipswich at the very end of the game and actually brought it to a 2-point game. A 3-point game to give Triton a chance to, right near the end, gave Triton a chance to come back and tie it.
It's a good substitution. Get some ball handlers out there.
Riley Bell looking, and that might actually work. Sophia Lisinski chases it all the way down.
Good feed to Liv.
And Liv traveled. It's a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, you had to call a travel or a foul. I probably would have gone the foul route myself.
Two girls right on top of her like that, yeah. So bringing Riley Bell and Isabel and Olivia Karakopoulos out, putting in Renda, Caitlin, and leaving Lisinski out there with the starters. Kind of going small ball at this point.
I don't hate this, Let's play pressure D, maybe force some turnovers, go the other way.
So number 24, big and strong, is able to muscle up on Maeve and get that shot. And here comes Molly with the ball under 30 to play in this third.
Coach Shields really had to come back with his starters. I mean, Newburyport's got their starting five out there.
Maeve going to the line again. Good move inside, good look, get her the ball. Yeah, and this we got a quarter left to play, and so at this point, you just want to get your team to feel good about the season, feel good about getting out there and playing.
Absolutely.
Maeve hits it.
Three for three from the line.
She is three. No, thanks for jinxing that. So
I'm giving.
That's how it works.
I'm giving props to Maeve Heffernan.
You know that's how it works, though. So
I have confidence in her.
As do I. And she knocks it down. Fantastic. 4 points on the night.
See, again, this is
great play. Olivia Karakopoulos hustles down the court, knocks the ball out of bounds. 12.2 to play for these starters facing each other.
Interesting enough, the third quarter is 9-9.
No kidding, yeah? All right.
Good D.
Excellent
great D.
Great D. Molly with the ball. No, Maeve with the ball. Gets it up to Molly. Molly gets by her. Tries to find some help. Throws it up. No call, nothing. Huh. A little bit of chaos there at the end there. But solid defense to prevent that last basket. And then got the ball down and at least got a shot off.
Absolutely.
And you said it was 9-9 for that?
33 at 8 at halftime. Yeah. And so math is not my strong point, but I think that's 9-9.
It's another reason why we miss Eric Under. Neither of us can do math, so it's so pathetic.
Hey, so Pat, who do we have on the crew tonight?
Oh, right, good, yeah, thank you, Matt Doring. You're getting really good at this, man. You got to come back next year. or next season, whatever we're doing next. So we have Amelia Joyce and Ava Watson and Robin Sanger on the crew tonight. And, of course, Bob Lathrop running the whole thing. And sadly, this is the last quarter of basketball we got for the Triton season. Yep. It's been a weird season. It's been a short season. Like we said, no home and aways, just the games they could play. Yep. Coach was telling me they had, in the course of the season, they had 26 days on, meaning practice or a game, and 23 days off because they had to take that COVID pause, and then just you can't go 7 days straight. So really, like you were saying before, they need that extra time in the off season. They need that spring ball. They need that summer ball. They need that chance to just sort of gel more as a team, and they will. I mean, it's.
It's gel as a team, and also Coach Shields really figuring out who they are. I mean, because he came in on I don't know when the first tryout was, not knowing anybody.
Right.
And coaches go into seasons with plans and expectations and things that they can run and they can't run. He's been learning on the fly. Now he's a seasoned coach, knows how to do that.
Right.
But again, this is something that you're just going to build year over year.
Right. Looked like a walk, but it wasn't. And Molly outboarded underneath. Great defense, though. They double team her, triple team her, and she still gets the ball, still gets a shot. And finally, they're going to call a foul on. No, maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Between the last no call on Molly's shot at the end of the third and that sequence there,
that didn't seem right.
I think the refs are trying to keep the trains running on time at this point.
That could be in a 42-17 game.
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen that before too. So
if no one's getting hurt.
Here's my little message to the MIA since we're on the air here. Years past, there have not been as many broadcast games because we've been able to watch. Like Amesbury TV put out Ipswich the other day. It's fantastic, all these games that are you're able to watch them.
Yep.
So it's an opportunity for the MIA to watch their refs and do a little off-season evaluation. See, I mean, we've seen some really good ones, and that's got to be a foul on Olivia. She came in a little bit too late on was that number 10?
10.
So Ward for Newburyport at the line. She misses the first. The last girl, I think, missed her shots as well. So, yeah. So, again, it's that lack of practice during the season for everybody means the free throws are just way, way down. Ward takes her second. That one's going to miss as well. Maeve comes up with the board. Out to Reese.
They'll find her.
Reese is going to go all the way down to Livy, but it's a little bit too long off her fingertips.
She did check up a little bit, too. I mean, that was there, but much like Reese checked up on the cut across.
Yep.
See, again, if Newburyport goes long, it's an easy basket. Don't particularly care for that press too much.
It didn't work the way they wanted it to. They got the ball across in less than 5 seconds. So here comes Newburyport. That little motion offense, it's kind of working for them. Good move by number 25. Not going to drop. Reese with the ball. Looking up, looking for help. Brings it across, goes all the way down to Caitlin Ferry, who's going to catch and shoot, and that's going to drop. So Caitlin Ferry on the board with a 3. Good for her, and that's her game. Go find a spot, catch that pass, and throw it up there. I like it.
Caitlin?
Yeah.
The one thing I would love to see Caitlin do a little more, because she's so good at it, is drive to the hoop. Because she can get there. She finishes at the rim. She's got some nice footwork approaching.
Yeah. Ball fake and go would be.
Ball fake and go. Just drive.
Long pass to Caitlin again. That time she does do a little bit of ball fake. Then she's going to do exactly what you said and go underneath.
They collapse, kicked it out.
Maeve drives with the little runner. It's going to drop. Maeve Heffernan puts in her 6 point.
I personally like that type of offense better. Put pressure on the defense over the top of Newburyport.
But Reese chases it all the way down, stays in bounds, out to Molly. She's got Caitlin if she wants her. Going to take it herself down. Going to look for some help. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. To Maeve. Up top. Maeve's going to drive herself.
Great drive.
Going to get fouled and go to the line. This team is playing like it's 22 to 28, not 22-44. I like to see that. Paige Levick going to come back in the game. And you know what? The other thing is Triton is helping Newburyport out. You know, they're giving them a hard game, getting them ready for the season. They're not laying down on them, so it's good. Timeout here now.
It was an injury.
Is it a proper timeout or just a?
I think it's an injury timeout.
All right. See, we can't do television timeouts where we get to cut away and. It's all right. It's all right. It's still a nationwide broadcast. I didn't get the names. I may have from Christine Ferry before, but I didn't get the names. Maybe misses her first.
We did have them last week.
She's got to take her second now. Yeah, we did have the names last week, so a shout out to all those people from last week that I'm sure are watching tonight. A lot of nanas and grandpas and
Ninis
papas.
And peps and
Yep. Maeve drops in her second.
Maeve is 5 for 6 from the line tonight.
She is. She's got 7 points. It's a good game. Here comes Newburyport. Good strong move by Ward. Get that ball across court with some pressure from Molly. She's going to go to her left. Hand it off to number 4. Kicks it outside. Going to try and come inside, and they can't. It says it's going to be a turnover.
Oh, good. That was great.
And that's just great defense by Triton right there. Really solid play. They look good. I mean, they're playing hard. They're playing hard in this fourth quarter. I love it. Reese with Ward on her. Turns it over. Nope, they're going to call back court. Yeah, that was tough. So trading turnovers at this point, they need to do a little bit better than that. Not that I think we need to worry about the score at this point. Just want to see them play the next 5 minutes of really good, solid basketball.
Yeah, because again, to your point earlier, you also want to set the tone for how your season ends.
Yeah.
And they've played well. Liv's interior defense has
been excellent. And we now need to call out number 25 for Newburyport because that was a fantastic shot.
Yep.
Fody. Wow. Great just play inside by her. Here comes Molly. Drives down, throws one up. Going to get called. She's going to go to the line. Molly working on the right side. She's a lefty. So good for her. Chance for a little impromptu timeout with the coach. Molly misses the first, a little bit long. She's got 2 threes on the night so far, so she has 6 points. Paige has a basket. Caitlin Ferry has 3. Emily Hargard has a basket and a free throw. And Reese Renda with a bucket as well. And then Maeve with 7 so far in the night. Oh, and Olivia with 2. And Molly hits her second free throw. Number 3 coming back in the game. Ward taking a seat.
And given the composition of Newburyport's team, that scoring distribution is, I think, what I would expect to see.
Yep. So here comes Newburyport. Under 5 minutes to play down the season. With a 46-24 lead. Moving that ball around. This is their sort of standard play. And Triton's been playing it really well. And that had to have been a double dribble.
Yeah.
What? You have to be kidding.
That was a double.
How did we both see that and nobody else saw that?
You already made your pitch to the MIA earlier, brother.
All right, I'll lay off. Yeah, it's tough. That is tough.
Actually, I think these two have been fine.
Yeah, no. I don't have any complaints about these two. No,
Yeah.
I like what I think I like most about these two is that it's been even and they've let them play. I mean, they really have let them play, and you want that. I mean, that was only the 6th foul by Triton in this entire half, so that's good. Reese in a little bit of trouble.
She's
finds
getting
Maeve.
two stutter stepping crossing half court. A lot of danger there, Reese.
Maeve with a little runner. Gonna go to the line.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, please. She did fine last time, so we'll be all right. But yeah, that's something that Reese can work on. She's gonna see it in the film and realize like, okay, I gotta check myself on that, and that's good. Maeve drops in another. And another. A timeout by the coach. Now, you're watching live high school girls basketball here on YouTube. So if you're really like a super addicted to live high school girls basketball person, as I know you are, Matt Doring.
It's an illness, really.
It is an illness. 7:30 tonight, West Springfield on YouTube playing the Robinson Rams, and my niece is in that game. It's the Sweet 16 for Virginia, or for Northern Virginia, or whatever region or whatever it's in. So it's pretty exciting. I mean, it's Virginia's doing a full-on state tournament, which is great. And my niece's team has done well, and now they're playing a big rival in West Springfield. So I think it's
excellent.
West Springfield. You have to look it up.
So there must be some competitive basketball played at the Heffernan family barbecues, I'm thinking.
Let's just say yes. Yeah. Yes, there is. And to be honest, that's probably where Maeve gets a lot of her game, is going up against her brothers, going up against her cousins, going up against her Uncle Eric. She doesn't get a lot of it from trying to play against me, so let's just say.
Well, and credit to Maeve Heffernan. She's actually shooting 88% from the line tonight. So
yeah, that's fantastic. Wow. And staying in the game along with Olivia, Molly, Paige, and Reese Renda.
Yep.
Going to be under the 4-minute mark by the time that Newburyport throws up a shot here. It looks like Triton trying out another kind of press. Little quick trap press there.
Yep, blitz the ball immediately.
Let's see what happens. Number 3, very fundamental, but she does send it all the way down. Now a chance, and they're going to throw that away. Nope, got to go inside.
It was a modified run and jump, and the problem is the back end. If you have a good team that can beat it.
Yep. And this is a good disciplined team that's going to beat that.
Very well coached team. I know I had a little montage to Coach Crutchfield earlier, but I continue to be impressed with the way that they play. Their secondary actions on defense, their offensive execution.
Molly, great little drive.
Great move by Molly.
Just sort of took over there. Wasn't in isolation because there were more than one player against her, but
she created it, got a great shot.
Number 44, Maeve's going to use their last foul. No, great defense. They come up with the ball. Excellent. 3.5 to play now. Molly to Maeve. Maeve looking for help. Plays off the pick, drives it herself, gets her own rebound.
I would have thought there was a little body on that one.
A little bit.
Yep.
Here comes Newburyport the other way. Kicks it out to number 4. Number 3, McElhaney with the ball. Hands it off. They can slow down their offense now. 51 to 28. Just work on their fundamentals. See what kind of shots they can get off. Solid defense underneath, and that's still going to drop though. So number 25 there for Newburyport, just a huge inside presence.
Yeah, I mean, solid defense underneath, but ultimately 25 being guarded by Reese is a bit of a mismatch.
Yeah,
Reese has got to get past half court.
Just picking that ball up a little bit too soon, and I think we're going to see some more subs here. Isabel coming in, Riley Bell coming in.
But honestly, for the second half, for the bulk of it, Newburyport did have their starters, and they didn't start the second half with them, but they had the bulk of it. And Triton has really responded and played well.
Absolutely. And even when they had their second team out there, I mean, Newburyport, it's not like they ran away, or it's not like Triton ran away with it. So they played well all the way around. Good shot inside again by Newburyport. A lot of points in the paint tonight. And here comes Triton the other way. It's going to be under 2 minutes when Triton gets a shot off. It's Maves. Brings it across, pulls it up, looks inside to Livy, finds her. There's that move that we've been looking for all night, and it doesn't drop. Too strong inside. Again, how is there not anything happening there? Any whistles? You're right. The rest just want to get out of here at this point. Great move by Livy, though, to take that inside shot.
She pulled through, went up strong. That's fantastic to see.
Great footwork. Under 2 minutes to play now. Molly and Maeve still out on the court, along with Riley Bell, Olivia, and Isabel Basile. Molly drives and spins, looks for Riley, not there. Looks again. This time they're going to call the foul on number 4.
Yep.
Yeah, she's shooting 1-on-1.
Okay.
We'll take it. Stop the clock.
Be curious to see coming next year what Coach Shields does in terms of interior defense. I mean, Liv has played exceptional. It's something, though, that I think we really need to ramp up, especially when we're going to play the better teams like Newburyport, Amesbury, but that could have some taller girls. He seems to have sort of stopgap compensated this year by just doubling down, tripling down, swarming them, which is fine, and which is certainly a Band-Aid, but that seems to be something that I would imagine he's going to have to work on over the summer.
And part of it is size. Part of it is Molly drops in a second. Part of it is kind of attitude. Is just sort of not letting. I'm not going to let anybody in my paint. I'm not going to let somebody score on me inside.
Yep.
Good pass inside. Solid defense to force a bad shot. 44 is going to go to the line and shoot too.
No, I mean, listen. I mean, the oldest adage in basketball is you can't coach size, and I understand that. However, you can adjust for it with, to your point, attitude and candidly defensive positioning.
Yeah.
Because it's the off-ball defensive positioning, it's the shifting, it's the picking up the girls coming in, it's the rebounding off of the zone defense, the little things that again, we have a good coach. He can make those adjustments. I think that's going to pay dividends next year.
I agree, and I always said you play defense with your feet, and I think that's true. So 44, who we do not have a name for, unfortunately, for Newburyport at the line. She's going to make her first, miss her second. Maeve with a rebound.
Good rebound by Maeve.
Keep the pressure on her. Here comes Riley Bell. South court, she's going to shoot. Nope. Kick it out. There's going to be a shot. Nope. Isabel's going to drive. Outside. Riley's going to shoot. It's going to be off Newburyport. Triton ball with about a minute to go.
So, hey, 1 minute left to go. Just a real quick thank you, Pat, from all the viewers out there. I'm normally a viewer and not just a Weisenheimer color guy. You did a great job this year.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Just as a viewer, I appreciate it every year. I'm not wanting to give compliments too much, but you really did fantastic.
Thanks. Well, thank you for being here, too. This is fantastic. I mean, I love absolutely having you up in this booth. It is a lot of fun. And turnover there by Isabel. And Emily Hoggard in the game now to finish out her season, which is great.
Good hard foul.
Good hard foul and a good call by Coach Shields to put the senior in for the last minute and let her, he let her start. He had her start. She let her start. I mean, he had her start, trusted her, and she got some baskets, and then he's putting her in here late. Love to see that.
Yeah, she's played great minutes tonight. I mean, she got the hoop and the harm earlier. It was just fantastic.
And Maeve came out of the game after scoring 9, I think. 9 points tonight. So
7 for 8 from the line.
And Molly looking tired. Like she's... Are they calling a timeout? What's going on
I'm not sure
here?
what's happening.
Everybody having a long chat. Well, I do feel lucky to do these games. And, I've said this before soccer, or when soccer started and then basketball started, that was that Molly's 5th?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. And it just, for all the craziness and all the masks and all the changes in the schedule and all that, it's been basketball, and that's what's mattered most. These girls have had a chance to really play basketball, and I love it.
Absolutely. And just to acknowledge, because Molly's come out of the game for the last time this season, just give her a little clap.
She
brought
fantastic.
It every night.
She did. So Molly out with 5 fouls, maybe out possibly 5 fouls. I don't know why she's out, but she's out. And Emily Hoggard in the game with Olivia.
The coach is trying to preserve Maeve's free throw percentage.
Right. Could well be.
It's a game of statistics, Pat.
It could well be. It's a game of numbers. Riley Bell bring the ball down off the passing page. Under a minute to play here. 30-59. Swings it. Newburyport with their second team in. Emily Hoggard with a good pick that frees up Isabel almost. Riley's going to try and drive, and she does. She gets a shot off. Won't go. Newburyport with the ball. Looking to move it. 30 seconds left here or so. She's going to look
hard to the end.
Yep, they are. Yep. Emily Hoggard tries to get the steal, gets a block. It's going to be to Page. And they've got 20 seconds left. They'll get another shot off here. Let's make it a good one.
Yeah, I'd love to see it to get to the senior, though.
Oh, tries to, but it's a steal by Newburyport. She's going to lay it in. And they got to move quick if they want to take the chances. Last 10 seconds. Here they come. 5 seconds on the board. Riley Bell's got it in her hand. Kicks it out. No shot. And that's going to end it 30-61. And, a solid third quarter. No question from the Triton Vikings.
Absolutely.
And then the fourth quarter, it was the kind of game that I think they expected coming in that they're facing an undefeated team that's heading to the equivalent of the state tournament. But, they're going to be the Cal champions. And I think Triton played as well as they could tonight. They really did.
They did. And just putting aside the fourth quarter, because things started to break down a little bit in the fourth quarter. If you look at the first 3 quarters, basketball, as you know better than anybody, is a game of runs.
Yep.
And especially when you have a team like Newburyport, which is athletic, which is capable of the quick press break, the quick scoring, that didn't happen in this game. We never saw that quick 10-point burst from Newburyport.
Right. Right.
They never really broke it open. They built the lead, and they kept the lead, and they won by 30.
Yeah.
But they never had that burst.
Yeah. And Triton never gave up. I mean, we never saw that from the
Absolutely.
Triton team either. So
Yeah.
we'll run down the numbers real quick tonight. We had Molly Kimball with 369, 10 points tonight. Paige Levitt with 2. Caitlin Ferry with 3. Maeve Heffernan with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Olivia with 10. Hoggard with 3, and then Reese Renda with 2.
Yep.
So pretty good balance scoring, like we said before. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players scoring for Triton. Again, that's another story of this season has been how many players have been in the game, how many girls have been on the scoreboard, and that's a huge step forward for Triton girls basketball, because it means that years going forward they're going to have girls that are used to winning, used to making baskets, used to having the courage, the sort
Absolutely.
of the fearlessness to shoot anytime they're down the court and anytime they're open.
Well, and let's not forget too, 66%. I'm going to do percentages thing. 66% of this team is freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things to build on.
Yeah. All right, so we're wrapping up here. This was a fantastic season. Again, Matt, thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it, and I think that's it, and we're out. So thank you, Bob. Thank you to the crew. Thank you to Triton BTV.